phenomenal track record. But let's get our bearings straight. What you have to do in today's world to attract the right talent is exactly the same that other industries that I serve have to do to attract that talent. So I'll give you some ideas of it very, very quickly. We came up with this nice little cute, what I thought was a bearing. Number one is that talent and hiring good talent starts at the top. It's the CEO, it's the president, it's the vice presidents that have a mindset for talent. They're the ones that are creating the tone of everybody is out there recruiting. We value people. We connect with people. We have a relationship to people. It's important to us. If you put as much energy into the talent selection process that you do your budgeting process, you'd have a lot more talent. It would communicate throughout the organization that talent is very, very important. The second thing is that having a value proposition. A lot of companies that I deal with have absolutely no value proposition for recruitment. They have nothing to say about why you should work here at our company. I had a client last week that we asked that question about why should our candidates work for you? And by gosh, if the person didn't say to me, well, we have no reason. We have good benefits. That was it. We have good benefits. Craft and design a value proposition that is meaningful to people and tell them why you want them to work for you. I have a client that spent their entire leadership group, and this is a $3.5 billion aerospace publicly traded company. All of their senior executives were in Tucson, Arizona 3 weeks ago doing a video clip for future candidates and future hires of why they should work at their company. They were so intense and they felt it so important to find good talent that the CEO, the COO, the VP of HR, and everybody else that was there, the VP of Finance, actually made a movie telling people personally why they should be working for them. I thought that was fantastic. Location is very, very key. Be careful where you locate your plants. I have another client of mine that decided that they'd take the beautiful incentives that the great state of Mississippi decided to offer them and said there would be a great place to have a plant. Now, nothing against Mississippi, but that client of mine was constantly looking for people to work in their factories. For 2 years, it was such a struggle, they decided to close it down. They couldn't get anybody to go to that remote location. So be careful where your plants are and where you've decided to put your headquarters, because it really does matter today where people are working. Just like what Eric said, life evolves around work. It's very important about their grounding and where they live. The next thing is differentiation and a reward system. How people are compensated is very important. What kind of rewards that they're getting for that work, and going back to what Eric said, is very important. Recognize me today. As you notice that most people left their job because they didn't feel that they had a clear direction. They didn't connect with their boss. So you as business leaders need to make sure that everybody inside the organization is working towards making sure that everybody is a valued part of the organization. Differentiation for reward. If you do a great thing, reward it greatly. If it's small, reward it small. But this is a huge reason for people being attracted to a company when they know that they can be recognized for something that they do. Today's world, finding talent is not a purchasing exercise. That's the way it was when I came into the workforce, and still a lot of companies do that today. Purchasing, saying, here's a long list of candidates, and you're buying them. If they want to work here, they'll take the job that we have. Instead, it's really a marketing world. You're marketing and you're selling your company to the outside marketplace because we have a shrinking workforce. We do not have enough engineers. We do not have enough financial people. We do not have enough salespeople that have the ethics and the values that we want. So in that particular case, it's no longer purchasing. You have to sell and you have to market your company with very, very clear value propositions and goals. One of the biggest things that I could tell you about today, and I'm very, very passionate about, is when you talk about pulling in talent and what you can do as an industry, is mentorship. It's something that's absolutely lost in the United States today. I don't see it in any of my client companies where men and women are mentoring people coming into their company, into their workforce. If you want to keep the talent that you have and be able to attract new ones, develop a very, very defined and clear mentorship program, something that was devised on the 1950s and 1960s. One of the things I want to say is most German companies don't have a problem with attracting talent in their home country. Why? Because they have a very, very strong apprenticeship program and they have a mentorship program. That's something that we've lost here in this country over the last 15 years. And I would say that that is one thing that you can do to make sure that your companies are attractive to outside talent. The next one is an exciting career path. You know, young people today, and even mid-people today, and I'll make it shorter for my colleagues here, have something we call leveling up. Most people don't feel like they have a challenge in their jobs today. So, but young people coming up are used to leveling up. They're used to playing computer games, where they go from level 1 to level 2 to level 3 to level 4, but they have a very, very clear, defined path of where they're going in that game. And they also know at those different levels what it is that they have to do and they have to achieve to get there. So setting very, very clear vision and setting very, very clear tasks and goals and very, very clear training and assimilation of the organization assures that these people have a chance to level up, to get to the next level of where you want them to be within the organization. I'll make a point clear. Constance and I were dealing with a client this last week, and the candidates asked, two of the candidates, very exceptional candidates, asked the question, well, what's the career path in your company? Where do we go when we start? What's the trajectory? What can we be when we're done doing what we're supposed to do? And the company answered back, we have no career path. We have no career path. I lost two really good candidates for that company, didn't I? I did. No career path, no leveling up. Teams and interactions. Build teams within your companies that interact with each other and deal with each other on a constant basis. If you do those things and you communicate it to the outside workforce and you start communicating with young people